on the shore of a quiet lake, where the shadows of the forest hid in the night's darkness. I stood alone, with a small campfire that glowed with light and warmth in this silent void. The water shimmered like a black mirror, reflecting only the ghostly glimmers of the moon through the smoke rising from the fire. For a moment it seemed as if the whole world had stopped, and I felt part of this unbroken silence. But silence was deceptive. Something foreign and ominous lurked in the depths of the forest, casting a shadow of unease over me. I felt the hairs on the back of my neck stand on end, and my heart began to beat faster, as if anticipating something sinister. Suddenly, from the darkness of the forest, came a strange rustling. My ears strained to listen to the sounds, and my heart pounded harder. Wolves, I thought. At this time of year, they were particularly active around the lake. They watched me from the dark thickets, waiting for the right moment to strike. Surrounded by tension, I lit the last piece of wood in the fire to strengthen the light and boost my spirits. But the darkness around me remained deep, like a dense shroud, smothering any light. Suddenly, a sense of unknown fear ignited within me as I noticed something peculiar in the distant dark thicket. The silhouette of a creature swaying in the rhythm of the night breeze emerged from behind the trees, like a shadow drawn to the flame of my fire. My eyes closely watched this ghostly figure as it slowly approached me. Now I could see its contours a bit clearer. It was something undefined, something that didn't correspond to any known animal in these woods. Its movements were smooth and silent, as if it glided over the ground, leaving only uneven traces in the grass. Still feeling the weight of unknown fear, I clenched my fists and stepped back from the fire. But the creature continued to approach, and now I could see it from just a few steps away. Its eyes gleamed in the darkness, emitting a menacing glow that made me blink and look away. Suddenly, from the dark trees, came the howl of wolves. I flinched, turning towards the source of the sound, but at that moment something solid and cold pierced my shoulder. I groaned in pain and turned back, only to come face to face with a terrifying sight. The creature was now in front of me, its dark eyes shining with hateful brilliance. Its hands, or something like hands, were long and curved, with sharp claws at the ends. It emitted a strange, eerie sound, reminiscent of metal scraping, and I felt fear pierce my body. The creature drew closer to me, and I recoiled, trying to shield myself from its gaze. But at that moment, I felt sharp teeth sink into my shoulder, and blood began to run down my arm. The wolves knocked me to the ground, and I fell, feeling consciousness slipping away from me. In the last hazy moment, I saw the creature leaning over me, its eyes gleaming in the darkness, and I realized that I had become a victim of something in this ominous forest.